Hi Sharon Lyons, it's Miss Witt coming to you for art today. This activity is for my second through fifth grade artists. We are going to be doing some op art and we are going to make it festive if you would like. Now you get to decorate it using what colors you would like. So I'm going to use red and green, but if you'd rather use blue and black, blue and white, you can do that as well. So what we're going to be doing is learning how to draw these lines and using the same kind of style that I did to break up the page. I will be using a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, a straight a spine from a book or a journal will be great alternative if you don't have a ruler. So to get started, I'm going to start by trying to find the middle of my paper with my ruler going vertically. I'm going to hold it steady and pull my ruler down. Okay, then I'm going to switch my paper the opposite direction and then put my ruler, try to find the middle again, and hold it steady and pull my vertical line down. So really I have one vertical line and one horizontal line. Now the next part is we have to do two diagonal lines, and remember my friend Larry, if you need help, it's always good to kind of review that song. He helps us remember the directions of the lines, the different styles of straight lines. So I'm going to make sure I start off at the top of one corner, line up my ruler so it meets this intersection, right? Because a lot of my friends at school, whenever they do this activity, they're like, okay, I found it, and they put their line going right here, and then it's off. So please make sure you take the time to line up your ruler or your journal, whatever you're using for your straight edge. Find the corner and make sure it's going to go through that intersection that you already created. Okay, and then I go diagonal. Another tricky part is you might have to kind of pause, slide your ruler down, make sure it's lined up, and continue. Okay? Again, I'm going to flip it, lining up my ruler so it's in that intersection, and then, I'm going to pull my pencil down, making sure I'm holding my ruler steady. There we go. And that is all the straight lines that we need to create. So you should have 8 sections whenever you are done. If you don't have 8 sections, it might end up not being the correct pattern that it needs to be to make it an optical illusion after it's colored. So please make sure you have 8 sections and that you have a nice center intersection for them all. Now the next step is creating the curved lines, but the most important thing is to just pay attention. I like to turn on music when I'm doing this, but your curved lines are going to go the same direction whenever they're in one of your pieces of pizza, if you will, and then when you go to the next one, it switches. So this one is going inwards, and then this one is going outwards, and it goes all the way to the edge of the paper. So my suggestion would just be to make larger sections. This is a fun activity that I have had students go back and do on their own, because you guys can make more curved lines if you want to, but since this is our first time doing it this year, I say make your sections bigger just so that you can correct or make sure that you're doing it correctly. And then also make sure whenever you go into the next slice of your pizza, you are lining your lines up. Go all the way down. And you might come to a space where you're like, I still have more room in my pizza slice, but I don't have a line over here. That's okay. We're going to kind of act like our paper is just going on, because it's going to end up looking like you're going through a tunnel. So it's good if you have them going all the way to the edge of the paper. Oh, and see, look, I was talking and I messed up myself. So this is the tricky part of this art piece. It's kind of easy to go back and check, because you'll notice the difference if you accidentally went the same way. So just make sure you're working slowly, taking your time, And again, this is a fun activity that you can always come back to and switch it up and just see what you can do differently. Now this is a form of op art or optical illusion. So after we color it, it's gonna look really cool and it's gonna look like you're going down a tunnel. Now, when you're coloring your art piece, I want you to try to create value. Remember, value is the lightness or darkness of a color. And so once I'm done making my curved lines, I'm gonna go and show you how I plan on adding value. Because since this is a tunnel, we can make it so that on these edges, it's a little bit darker in value or a shade, and as it goes towards the center, it becomes lighter, and then it gets darker again. And so we can alternate colors if you want to keep it just red, white, kind of like a candy cane. You could do that. I'm almost done with my lines. And then last section. And so this is a part where you can also double check, because if you did more than 8 sections, you'll notice that your 2 sections, when you meet, they're going to be going the same way. So that just means that you had one too many sections in your first dividing step. Okay. I'm gonna add one more right there. Okay, so now we are ready to color our op art. Now, like I said, I would like for you to try to create value, and I'm gonna do, I was gonna work with markers, and if you want to, you could just color it solid with markers, but, and alternate, and I'll just do my value on this one. But so what you're gonna do is kind of come up with your own pattern. Now, I could do this whole section, you know, green, red, green, red, green, red, but I'm actually gonna swap it with white, and then I'll show you kind of why, and I'll show you a complete picture after it's done. But if you're gonna use markers, please just make sure you do nice, smooth lines. We don't need any scribble lines. So I would do this, filling up this whole pizza section, and then I do this one green, and just be careful. I'm left-handed, so I always have to be mindful of my color if I'm spreading it around other sections of the art. So that's also why I like working with colored pencils too, because the markers tend to be easier to print like that. Okay, I would still have one more piece to do, and I'm just gonna kind of try to do it quickly. Okay, so now basically every other section would be this color. So this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, nope. This one. So I could go ahead, and if it helps you, like it does me, I can go ahead and just kind of go into each of the sections that I need to make green. Uh-oh. Miss Witt might have already messed up. See, I think this one should have been green. Oy, oy, oy. See, this is what happens when you're talking and working. But just to continue with this example, I'm going to make this section start off with white, then go to red. And so I'll have to post a picture of the final project, because it does take some time to do this. So if you want to take a break, maybe just do one color one day and then come back and do the other, you can. Because like I said, it takes concentration, but it is really cool whenever it is complete. Okay, so I'm going to stop there so you kind of see the gist of where I'm going, and I would fill up the whole paper. Now if you want to create value, while doing this activity, which I highly suggest you do because it's great practice, you can start off, I'll start off with red this time, and I'm going to make sure that whenever I'm at these edges that are on the verge of our next pizza slice, I'll make sure the color value is a little bit darker. And then as I go towards the center, it becomes lighter. And again, like this darker. So I'm gonna let you guys choose what you wanna do. If you want to try to create value with your op art, but I will be looking to see if your picture has the correct lines. So 8 sections, and then also your curved lines are going correctly. But how you decide that you want to color it in, I will leave that up to you. And also, if you have an eraser, it's kind of nice to go back in and erase some of this, because I kind of made it a little bit darker in the center than I wanted to. But now with my eraser, I can go back and kind of make it a little bit lighter, so I get that tint, right? And so I would do this for my whole paper. Again, going every other section. If you want to switch it up to go a different color, you totally can. But this will take some time and just some concentration. And if you mess up, well, you know what? We might just have to start over sometime. So I'm going to start this one over and finish it and post that picture. And then I'm going to finish this one as well. Okay? So I hope that you guys have fun doing your op art. Again, you can choose what colors you want to use. If you want to make it winter or Christmassy, holiday-ish, you can. Or maybe you just want to use some of your favorite colors, or maybe like blue and black to make it more winterish. Okay? So have fun, you guys. Bye.